Hey everybody, I'm Fabian for Liberty. I've been posting videos on YouTube for about 3 years, and I've never asked that you help my videos go viral, but I asked that on this one you please share with your friends and family, with everyone you can on social media, and I asked those of you that got this video from a friend that you please share it as well. Share it with everyone that you know, because it has to do with our kids, it has to do with really the health of our loved ones. You know, I have a child who is a brilliant, brilliant boy. Around age 2, he started to experience behaviors and display behaviors that were eventually known to us to be that he was on the autistic spectrum. And for my wife and I, it was a real big journey. I mean, we read and studied everything we could, trying to cope with it, deal with it, and provide him the best that we could. You know, we didn't vaccinate him. We did a couple of early rounds of vaccinations actually, but after that we stopped the vaccinations and we didn't vaccinate our later son after we found that there was a lot of links between autism and vaccinations. But one of the biggest things that we've found has been GMO foods and their links to autism. It didn't just stop with my son. My sister-in-law has 2 children, my 2 nephews, who are on the autistic spectrum. They're both 2 years old now. My best friend actually just a few months ago found that his son as well was found to be on the autistic spectrum. In fact, today 1 in 54 boys in America are on the autistic spectrum. And for me, I've always wanted to know, my God, what's happening? Is it something in the air? Is it something in the food? Is it vaccines? Because this was not happening 20 years ago. Well, it turns out that it is a lot to do with the foods, particularly GMO foods. Just recently, we found out that Subway sandwiches, and I was really inspired by Bonnie Harry, who's known as the Food Babe, to do this video because she revealed that Subway sandwiches was using an additive found in yoga mats and rubber soles of shoes to make their bread. Subway doesn't use this ingredient throughout Europe or anywhere else, but it does use it in America. And within 2 days of her releasing this information, Subway was basically came out and said, we're going to stop doing it. We're not going to add it in our breads anymore. Well, that's what I hope this video does on some level. Because that's what I love about the free market capitalist system. The fact is that the regulator, the biggest regulator, isn't some government bureaucrat. It's not some government agency. The biggest regulator is you and I. It's what we decide to buy. GMO foods are directly linked to autism. They cause all kinds of internal gut problems, internal stomach problems. In fact, all kinds of scientists and all kinds of testing has been done in laboratory mice, animals, cows, you name it, that show their distinct behavior patterns and health problems that come from the one test group that eats GMO feed versus the test group that doesn't eat GMO food. There is no benefit for the consumer, not better taste, not lower price, nothing in eating GMO foods. In fact, the USDA doesn't even do research on GMO foods. It's instead granted Monsanto and Bayer and Dow Chemicals and DuPont. They're the ones who provide the USDA the studies on whether GMO foods are good for the population or not. We know countries throughout Europe and around the world have banned GMO foods, but America has not. You see, last year when PepsiCo and Kraft Foods and a lot of the other big food companies stopped storing or began to pull off GMO foods from the shelves in European markets, it was because of consumer outcry. It was because the public was awake. There's corn, there's soy, and there's milk are the biggest amounts of GMO-laced foods out there today, particularly corn and soy. Over 80% plus of crops in America today are GMO laced or are GMO seed. They're sprayed with all kinds of chemicals, including Roundup, and once they're harvested, they're sprayed again to help them dry out. And the damages have been pretty clear. Cancer rates, all kinds of health problems and health, obesity, all kinds of things that have exploded in just the last 20 plus years. And the majority of it has to do with GMO foods. For me, it's about the autism spectrum, and for my son, for my nephews, for my best friend's son. And for all the other kids that I've met out there who, thank God, my son, because of the diet he eats now, barely displays anything, any type of autistic spectrum, behaviors. You'd be difficult to even notice it. But there's a lot of other kids that can't get out of it. And a lot of it has to do with, their parents, unfortunately, they may not know this information. Because they go to their doctor and their doctor says, well, just give them some Ritalin or give them some Prozac or give them some other heavy duty drugs to help deal with the behavior. But they're not getting to the underlying reason of why they're displaying the behavior. and it has to do with the diet and what they're eating. Again, we're the biggest regulator and we're the ones who can make this stop. I'm all for these different initiatives and ballot initiatives to label GMO foods, and I think it's good. I think when you go grocery shopping, look for the non-GMO labels on food that are out there now. The GMOproject.com is a great place, and there's a lot of other places as well that are good places for consumers to go get good information on. I'll post an article down below. It's about a 24-page white paper that's very informative as well about the link of GMO, between GMO and autism spectrum disorder. But it starts with us. Again, please share this video with everyone you know. And those of you that get it from a friend, please share it. If we all stop supporting the big food companies that are putting out these GMO foods, we make the difference. They will stop selling it if we're not buying it.